to raise their income and run the radio. That has been the major concern for many radio stations, because many radio stations are not supported by big institutions like this Kongu College and all. They are all small time players. At the same time, even though some of the big institutions are running the radio stations, they don't spend much time or spend money because of their priorities. Because they may be involved with the other academic activities, and community radio may be one of the activities conducted in the campus. In that case, in our case, we are institutions. We are running a vocational training school. We are not big campus or big university or engineering college, but it is linked with the NGO to create employment opportunity to young people. That has been our activity. Because it is an approved institute, we took advantage and we applied for the license and we got it. That's how we started running this Pasumai CR from 2007 onwards. 2007 we started in April, and we struggled through a very tough period for in the first phase. At least 4 years we struggled a lot, and we had to spend a lot of money from the parent organizations. Instead of buying the equipment, buying the computer, buying mics, and always we are running around the technicians who are not transparent practically. They try to cheat the radio stations, whoever may be, and they plan, they know how to make money, and these things are not transparent. Even when you go and check in the Google, it is the rates are not clearly mentioned. It is a very range. You can buy a mic for 500 rupees. You can buy a mic for 15,000 also. So you may not know which is the right one to choose. So in that case, the technicians were playing with the radio station, and most of the stations were defunct because of the technical non-support. For example, we were depending on the all India radio station people who go to a different radio station and give a big project and telling that they will establish the station, and the station director or the institutions or NGO, they think everything is solved, but that is not the case. Then they will say the direction is different, and then tower is different, everything when they come, when the institution is not supporting the move, then the people who are running the radio station, they will get into trouble. They will go between the different departments, administration, finance, and nobody will be willing to support. That used to be the case for many radios. So whenever I go for big meetings, I used to feel, when these people are suffering to run the radio, why not there is some support coming from different agencies? By maybe a government agency or association like CRA can mobilize support from the donors, from the funding agencies, or from the government departments, and support these radio stations when they are coming up. At least a seed money to begin with, not a big project or big budget. But at the same time, to set up a radio station or to buy some equipment. So nowadays there is a good news after the recent announcement in the government. Even today there was an announcement, and some of us have applied for the equipment already, and it was really a good news, because to run a radio station, first of all, the equipment is the biggest investment. So when the support comes, at least 50% of the cost is covered. Okay, this is a good beginning. And then DAVP is another source which started giving support to the local stations. That, for example, in our radio, we had around 12 slots being given by the DAVP. There is a delay, we are not getting the payment, that is not the issue. But the money is with the government. They have to release it at any point of time. So that commitment, if they continue the DAVP slots, then that will give us a great support. Even if they delay the payments, that is not a problem, but they have to give the order on a regular basis. At least every month, a radio station can be sure of a particular income. And recently, in January, Dr. Brahmananda Brahma visited our radio station. He was trying, his purpose of visit was to try to calculate how much can be the advertisement cost which can be fixed by DAVP. So my quote was, he said it was very, very high. But I justified my calculation by giving him all the details about the expenditure, investment from our book of accounts, and he went through the whole thing. And finally, my request was, you have to give 15 rupees per second. He said even the private radios are asking for 8 rupees. You are asking for 15. Because private have a lot of opportunities to go to the business houses. All the big companies will go to them, and they don't depend on the government advertisement. If the government advertisement comes, they are very happy. It is only additional money. But for the community radios, the money has to come from the sponsored program, whether it is coming from the DST or Health Ministry or any ministry is giving some support. Otherwise, the DLEP is the best option. DLEP can give a lot of support in terms of working out the calculation at the rate of rupees 15 per second. That means for 10 seconds they used to calculate, that is 150. He said they are asking for 8 rupees and this is very high. I said you can work it out, you visit to some more stations and find out the expenditure. In some cases the expenditures are not visible. For example, if this college is running the program, they don't charge the room rent. They don't ask for electricity charges, it goes to the main bill. I don't know what is happening here, but generally.